Welcome to Cathedral. I'm Father Greg Sack with special thanks once again to Mark Teresi and David Jonas. I want to thank both of you for beautiful music week in and week out. Special thanks to Lori Doyle for the great work she does with this whole spiritual video, puts the whole thing together. And thank you to Lori for the great work she does week in and week out. I hope you all had a very wonderful Christmas day. We've now entered the Christmas season. This weekend, the last weekend of 2024, we celebrate the Feast of the Holy Family. I'll begin this way. There's a story about four brothers and sisters named Everybody, Somebody, Anybody, and Nobody. There was a very important job to be done. The parents asked everybody to do it. Everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Somebody got very angry about that, because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought that anybody could do it, and nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody, and actually nobody blamed anybody. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Sounds like Who's On First? As a child and a teen, I remember vividly a great deal of my life and the life of my family was spent around our kitchen table. I was raised in Park Ridge. It was around the kitchen table that our family shared meals together. No TV, by the way. My mother constantly telling me, Greg, slow down. Where's the fire? Don't eat so fast. And if you don't eat your vegetables, you won't have any dessert. It was an everyday occurrence in my home. It was at the kitchen table. I would come home from school every day, grab a gallon of milk and some cookies, and tell my mother the latest from that school day. It was at our kitchen table when I was 9 that my parents told us children we would soon have a new little baby sister or brother. It was at the kitchen table that I often found myself wearing a sweater, not because I was cold, because my mother was cold. Though since my mother was cold, she thought I was cold. So I was always wearing a sweater. It was at our kitchen table I would often find myself doing homework. It was at our kitchen table when I was 14 years old that my mother told us 4 children that our father would be leaving home soon because your father and I are divorcing. It was also at the kitchen table when I was a senior at Notre Dame High School in Niles. I told my mother I was turning down a scholarship to Northwestern University, the Department of Radio and Television, because I wanted to become a priest and enter the college seminary for the Archdiocese of Chicago. The joys as well as the sorrows are my memories around the kitchen table of my family. Today we celebrate the Feast of the Holy Family. Now, realistically speaking, the Holy Family of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph are not your typical U.S. family. Joseph is the breadwinner, and Mary is the full-time mother and homemaker. Jesus is an only child. They are the ideal family and would statistically serve as a model for only about 7% of American households. Part of our reality today, divorce happens, domestic violence on the rise, families living below poverty level financially. Does this mean that the family is failing or falling apart, becoming an institution of the past? The answer is absolutely no. We do live in times that Christian family values are being questioned, are being doubted by many. For just a moment, I would like to speak to the children and teens who come from a single-parent family, a divorce situation, or separated home. Please hear carefully what I'm about to say. It's children and teenagers. Don't hate either parent, even if you have a great case against one of them. In the long run, hatred keeps you from being free and loving. There's a big difference between being angry and hating someone. Forgiveness is never easy. I've said this so many times on the spiritual video. Forgiving doesn't change the past. it changes the future. But to hold a fierce hatred will only come back to haunt you because you're not free. Secondly, and this is very important to any child or teen, the divorce is not your fault. The divorce is not your fault, no matter what you believe or want to think. Third, be it a single parent family due to death or divorce of a parent, you children and teens are not second-class citizens because mom or dad isn't home. Sure, it may be a little bit tougher, but always be proud of your family. Don't keep your feelings inside. Talk to someone, a priest, a sister, a deacon, a neighbor, a school counselor. Please talk to someone. Also, when I was a young person, my dad had left home. I was always told I came from a broken home. I hated that phrase, broken home. I did not come from a broken home. I came from a single parent family raised by my mother. It was not a broken home. Finally, the Christian family to be a Christian family is difficult work today as any time in our history. In today's readings on the Feast of the Holy Family deal with the importance of family being rooted in God. The Old Testament reading stresses the responsibilities of children toward parents, while Paul's letter in the New Testament offers a pattern of life based on love and mutual forgiveness. The Gospel this weekend of the Holy Family provides a model. The story of the Holy Family also reveals that Mary and Joseph experienced hard times. The prophecies of Simeon and Anna look to a better tomorrow. They see in Jesus the one who brings light, life, and hope. The Christian family, not any family, the Christian family is where faith is nourished, hope is sustained, and love is evident. I want to repeat that. The Christian family is where faith is nourished, hope is sustained, and love and forgiveness are evident and present. Sam Keen has written a book entitled The Fire of the Belly, came out some years ago. In one part of the book, two men are talking, and one man asks the other two questions. Where are you going in life? With whom do you want to travel? And he concludes, the key is, do not get the order of the questions mixed up. Where are you going in life? With whom do you want to travel? And the key is, do not get the order of the questions mixed up. For the believer, the second question means traveling with the Lord as part of the journey. Today's readings help us focus on what and whom are important in life. Love today because tomorrow has no guarantees. Love today. Love this minute because tomorrow has no guarantees. Like the Holy Family, be a family that supports one another and looks for God in one another. It is around the Lord's table we bring ourselves and our family and celebrate as part of God's family, God's presence to life with gifts as well as our limitations. May parents hold their children's hand for a while and their hearts forever. May God bless all of you. As we conclude 2024, may God bless you with joy, peace, and health. Begin a new year this Wednesday. Amen.